Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Year 4 Maths on this Tuesday morning. Hope you're all well this morning. We're going to start this morning with our usual warm-ups. There are 2 mental strategy questions and 2 written strategy questions. Try and answer the questions in 5 minutes, as always, or as close to 5 minutes as you can. Press pause when you're working and press play when you're ready for me to go through the answers with you. So press pause now. Okay, first question we're going to look at this morning is question D, 3 times 600. And again, a bit like yesterday, this is using and applying a known multiplication fact. So remember, cover the magic zero, or magic zeros in this case, which leaves you with 6 times 3. So 6 3s are 18. Then release your magic zero, and the answer becomes 1,800. Okay, second question we'll look at this morning is question A, 87 times 6. Well, method 1 will be straightforward abstract method of short multiplication. That's your most efficient method. 7 6s are 42. And then we've got to carry that 4 across into the tens column. So 6 8s then would be 48. And then you must add in that 4 to give you 52. So our total answer then would be 522. We could, if we wanted to, partition 87 and then multiply. So if we partition 87, we would get 80 and 7. And we need to multiply both parts by 6. 80 times 6, well, if I cover my magic zero, 8 6s are 48. And then I can release the magic zero to get me 480. 7 6s are 42. So if I add the 2 together, I get 522, which is the same answer as over here. Okay, the next one I'm going to look at is question C. 4,594 take away 1,378. Now this is a written question, mainly because you need to do some exchanging here. So if I line up my columns, then I've got 4 take away 8, which I can't do. So I need to exchange a 10 from this column to here. 14 take away 8 is 6. 8 take away 7 is 1. 5 take away 3 is 2. And 4 take away 1 is 3. Okay, now this is the most efficient method here, and it's also known as decomposition. As you go through the school, it'll become known to you as decomposition. And the final question, nice and easy, is a mental strategy question. 8 plus 3 plus 3. Well, again, what I'd be looking at doing here is making my life easier. I would be doubling up these 2 numbers, which will be 6, and then it will become 8 plus 6. So double 3 is 6, 8 plus 6 is 14. With this type of question, always try and make it easy for yourself. So I'm looking here, and I can see that those numbers need doubling. So that's my way in, that's my strategy, and that's what I would definitely use. Okay, our learning intention for the main part of the lesson this morning is again being able to convert units of length. We're going to take it one stage further than yesterday. So our star words this morning would be measure, distance, meters, centimeters, and perimeter. Now, straight away, I'm looking at this word perimeter because that's something that we haven't looked at for a little while. Okay, and that's quite important in this lesson. I want you to press pause now and just discuss with an adult or with somebody at home, what does the word perimeter mean? What can you remember by it? We haven't looked at this since before Christmas, so just have a little think. Press pause now. Okay, so perimeter, for those of us that can remember it, perimeter is the distance measured around the outside of a shape. That we'll come back and look at that during the course of the lesson. Okay, our in focus task this morning shows 2 statements here. It says after 20 minutes of a 10-kilometer race, this chap had completed 7 kilometers and 20 meters, and this chap had completed 7.2 kilometers. So who was ahead in the race after 20 minutes? Was it this chap or was it this chap? We're going to come back to this question as we move through the lesson. But first of all, though, I want you to press pause just for 30 seconds, and I want you to think, what is different here and here compared to yesterday's lesson? What is different? Press pause now and press play when you're ready to talk about it. Okay, so what's different? Well, straight away I'd be thinking, now yesterday's lesson was all about meters and centimeters, but today's lesson is about kilometers and meters. So it's a little bit different from yesterday. First thing we need to think about this morning, if we're learning, is how many meters, are there in a kilometer? Well, the prefix kilo, okay, in kilometer, kilo means 1,000. So you can see here, this young man is thinking, okay, 1 kilometer or kilometer is 1,000 meters. So if one of them is 1,000 meters, 10 kilometers must be 10,000 meters, because it's 10 lots of 1,000. So you can see at the bottom here, 10 kilometers equals 10,000 meters. So first part of the question up here, it says 7.2 kilometers equals how many meters? Okay, well, we know that 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. We talked about that just now. So 7 kilometers will equal 7,000 meters. And you can see that down here. 7 kilometers equals 7,000 meters. But we need to work out what 0.2 of a kilometer is. Okay. Well, you can see that lined up on the bar there, that 0.2 of a kilometer, okay, is 200 meters. And we know that because there are 5 of them in a kilometer. So if we count up, we've got 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1,000. So 200 meters is the same as 0.2 of a meter, or 2/10. Okay, so we've got here 0.2 kilometers is the same as 200 meters. So 7.2 kilometers will be 7,200 meters. 7,200 meters. Okay, now it's your turn. Your guided practice this morning. How far is each place to the others in meters? Okay, now you've got here. Okay, you've got here some distances. We want you to think about what might they be in meters, and remember 1,000 meters. 1 kilometer is the same as 1,000 meters. Press pause while you're thinking about this, and press play when you're ready to come back and discuss it. Okay, so I'll go to practice then. You can see that the distance between the museum and City Hall here is 3 kilometers. Well, nice and easy. In meters, 1 kilometer would be 1,000 meters, so 3 kilometers would be 3,000 meters. And the distance between City Hall and the station is 1.3 kilometers. Well, again, we know that there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer, and 0.3 of a kilometer is 300 meters. So it will be 1,300 meters. Again, there's a link between the digits here. 1.3 there, 1 and the 3, and you've got 1 and 3 there. Okay, the distance between the station and the church there is 0.95 kilometers. Okay, now we know it's not going to be quite a kilometer because there's 0 here. So it's 0.95 of a kilometer, which would be 950 meters. And then the distance between the church and City Hall, okay, we've got 1.05 kilometers. Well, we know it's definitely going to be 1 kilometer, so we have 1,000 up there, but we don't have tenths at all. 0, placeholding zeros in place. So I've got a 0 that I've put into there. And then I've got 5 or 0.05 of a kilometer would be 50 meters. 50 meters. So the answer there is 1,050 meters. Okay, now it's time for you to have a go. You've got worksheet 10 to look at this morning on page 83 and 84 of the workbook. Have a go at it. Press pause now and then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, so we're going to return to our in focus question. The question was, if you remember, after 20 minutes of a 10-kilometer race, this young man had completed 7 kilometers and 20 meters, and this young man had completed 7.2 kilometers. Who was ahead after 20 meters? Now, again, just like yesterday, it's really difficult to compare these because one is measured in kilometers and meters, the other one is just in kilometers. So we would need to change them. And I think the best way to do this, the easiest way to do this, would be to take this one here and turn it into meters. Okay, so 7.2 kilometers would be 7,200 meters. Then you can compare them easily because we've got 7 kilometers and 20 meters, which is here, and 7,200 meters. And you can see quite clearly that 7,200 is larger than 7,020. So this young man had got further. He was ahead in the race after 20 minutes. Okay, have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.